On November 15, 1990, a 2-year-old boy named Billy Blankenship was reported to have fallen down the stairs in his babysitter's care in Concordia, Missouri. The sitter, Tawny Sue Gunter, claimed she had put Blankenship in her basement and told him to stay there as she prepared lunch upstairs in the kitchen. She told investigators that he had tried to follow her up the stairs but then tumbled back, hitting his head on the way down. The little boy, who was found unconscious and critical, suffered a skull fracture. He was airlifted to Children's Mercy Hospital in Kansas City, but was pronounced brain dead the following day. Ordinarily, that might have been the end of the story, but not in this case. 8 years later, in 1998, another child was injured while in Gunter's care, this time a 3-month-old girl, Mariah Cisco. On that tragic day, Cisco's mother, the now deceased Amy Younes Thomas, got a call from Gunter at work that the baby wasn't breathing on her own. The infant died at the hospital later that night with no official cause of death listed. There was no evidence of trauma or injury. It seemed like it was SIDS. That's all the medical examiner could determine, recalls Dr. Lori Frazier, a Pennsylvania child abuse pediatric specialist who worked in Missouri at the time. But it alerted people that this was the second death of a child in this same setting, with Gunter. At that point, police opted to reopen the official investigation into Blankenship's death, and Frazier was asked to review emergency room notes and x-rays from the boy's file. What she found therein was disturbing. "I was concerned about some of the findings in the records because there was a large skull fracture and retinal hemorrhages," she says. It seemed inconsistent with a fall down the stairs. She suggested the investigators exhume the young boy's body for further examination. Frazier also remembers Billy's parents telling her that something was amiss with the way he died. There was a rush from the hospital to get his organs harvested, and there wasn't a sufficient investigation. In 1998, Blankenship's largely decomposed body was exhumed and sent over to the Missouri medical examiner, Dr. J. Dix. According to Frazier, Dix, who is now deceased, agreed with her assessment that the fracture Blankenship had received was too severe to have occurred from a fall down the stairs. Officers headed straight to Gunter to interview her, again about what had taken place on the day of Blankenship's fatal injury. But this time, an officer asked her to reenact on camera exactly everything that transpired while she was taking care of the boy. On tape, Gunter says she'd heard a series of thumps from the basement while she was making lunch. When she went to the stairs to check it out, she told police she spotted Blankenship lying at the bottom of the steps, whimpering. "I thought I had just knocked the air out of him," she says. This admission was dramatically different